The United States has warned of a full-fledged NATO response if a Russian strike were to hit member states after an attack on the Ukrainian military base roughly 10 miles from the border. Here's a report.
White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan on Sunday said that Russia will face a response from NATO should any of its attacks in Ukraine cross borders and hit members of the security alliance. In an interview to a news channel, Sullivan said that the US President Joe Biden has been clear repeatedly that the United States will work with its allies to defend every inch of NATO territory. He added that a military attack on NATO territory would cause the invocation of Article 5. Article 5 refers to the provision of the treaty that provides that if any NATO member is the victim of an armed attack, every other member will consider it to be an attack on all members. This came after an attack on a Ukrainian military base roughly 10 miles from the Poland border. The Russian airstrike, which killed 35 people near the Polish border early Sunday, came one day after Moscow warned the West that it would consider arms deliveries to Ukraine as legitimate targets. Sullivan added the US will continue supporting Ukrainian forces with military assistance. Agency Report, Republic TV.
Getting you news in brief now. Turkey's foreign minister said that the country was trying to evacuate Turkish citizens sheltering in a mosque in Mariupol. This after the Russian shells hit near the Sultan Suleiman Mosque in the sieged city on Saturday. Now, Turkey's foreign minister added that he spoke with the Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov to ask for his support for a humanitarian evacuation corridor in Mariupol. The war in Ukraine has forced more than 2.5 million people to flee and seek refuge in other countries. But despite Russian troops pressing on with their offensive and with the fighting now in its third week, some have decided to return home and restore the country to its former self. Since the war began in Ukraine, refugees have been allowed to enter Poland without COVID vaccine certificates or proof of negative COVID tests. The World Health Organization has expressed concerns about the impact of the conflict on public health in Ukraine, including the spread of COVID-19. Now, thousands of refugees have been arriving in Poland daily, traveling around without masks as they flee the war in Ukraine. Turks in the battered and besieged Ukrainian city of Mariupol have appealed to Turkish President Erdogan to rescue them. The Ukrainian embassy in Ankara said a group of 86 Turks, including 34 children, were among those sheltering in a mosque in the city of the Sea of Azov. Efforts to establish a ceasefire to let them leave have reportedly broken down. Ukraine's president has said a convoy with humanitarian aid is headed to the besieged city. Kherson, marking the anniversary of being liberated from Nazi Germany during World War II on March 13, 1994, held rallies in the besieged city of Kherson, encircling Russian military vehicles to protest the occupation of the city. Crowds carrying Ukrainian flags could be seen marching among the troops, chanting Russian soldier and fascist occupier chants.